Hey guys, it's Soapy again, and I am back once again with some StarCraft casting. Bronx is once again not here. That's because he's still trying to get into BattleNet. BattleNet's been having some serious problems, so I figured I'd just go offline and cast this one on my own, since he won't be here. Anyway, the point is though, we have a game. We have another game in the viOLet versus desRow series, Game 2 of viOLet versus desRow. Speaking of these players, a nice little GLHF. So for those of you who missed the last game and maybe want me to tell you how it went because you don't want to watch it, although it'd be really weird if you're watching the second game and not the first, even though this is a best of 5, which I did confirm. desRow got really ahead off of a Stargate opener, and then viOLet managed to pull it back, actually. Surprisingly, honestly. He really shouldn't have been able to, but he hit some good fungals, and desRow took some bad engagements, and it got viOLet a win. After about 20 minutes, I think? Yeah, 20-minute game. Pretty good. And so, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for now. It's 0-1, viOLet's favored. viOLet, our blue Zerg, spawning up in the top left corner. Down a map, and hoping to try and get himself a little bit of fame and glory. Hoping to make it to the next round. We have desRow in the bottom right as the orange Protoss. Blue and orange, not very normal. I thought WCS had fixed colors, so this is a little confusing. Pool first, once again, from viOLet. Nexus first, once again, from desRow. I don't think viOLet's ever scouted this Nexus first. He's about to, though. And he's going to know. He's going to know that it is, in fact, Nexus first. And Nexus first is a very greedy build. So viOLet, knowing about this, maybe could exploit it in Game 3 if he thinks that desRow is going to go for it again. Which desRow doesn't really have a reason not to. What he'd have to do, though, is he'd have to chase away the probe while, like, gassing up in his main to get the 100 gas to get speedlings, and then making a fight out of that. That would be pretty much how he would have to go about it if it were to start like every other game has started so far. Gateway coming down for desRow. Also a cannon. So, yeah, once again, same start, pretty much, from these players. viOLet. Isn't viOLet on a team? He was on Azubu for a while, or at least had a sponsor named Azubu. I'm pretty sure it was Azubu viOLet. I don't think desRow's on a team, though. Although, he might have a sponsor in Asus. Iasusi. I have no idea. No idea what the purpose for his name is. I could just be missing something so obvious, but whatever. Nonetheless, third going down for viOLet. Still pretty standard. Cybernetics core coming down for desRow. This Overlord, is that a independent thing? Can the Overlord sit on top of that? Yeah, he can. Overlord can sit on top of that and not be seen by this. Just to give an example. desRow, no idea that that Overlord is there, except if he had seen it when it was coming across, which he probably did, maybe. But it's fine. It doesn't matter anyway. Because he's going Stargate. He's going to get a Phoenix out just quick enough to kill that thing. So, same opener from desRow. Same build, actually, entirely. I think desRow looked at his last game and realized that he had been ahead and said to himself, well, I was ahead, so I just need to play it again and not make my mistakes. So, I mean, you know, and I'm sure desRow could probably do it, too. Last game, if anything, was quite a testimony to how well he did with the early mass Phoenix. Actually, a different build. Oracle coming out of this Stargate. Very, very different. He is still making a sentry to block off this. Gonna go for his third base. but it is seen by viOLet. I think viOLet knows now that desRow is going to try and take a third pretty soon. Either that or it's a fake by desRow. Very clever fake at that. And then a Void Ray. Void Ray after this Oracle comes out. This Oracles move really fast. Oracle's at a 4 move speed. To contrast that, yeah, Workers move at about half that speed, which is kind of not good. Yeah, Queens move, what, 2.4, 2.5. Queens move at a 2.5 move speed on creep. Queens don't even move at a 1 off creep. So basically a queen off creep times 4. Oh my god. Oh, the Spore Crawler just in time to save that queen. That Oracle's at 25 health. He does have a Spore in, I think, every base. Yeah, Spore in every base. Roach Warren coming up. And second Evo Chamber? Is that a second Evo Chamber? That is. Second Evo Chamber coming up too. Third did end up going down for desRow. Void Ray actually picking off that Overlord. And another Void Ray coming out. He did make another Stargate too, so he's going to be producing mass Void Ray, I suppose. viOLet feeling a little bit of pain with the supply block, but he did have Overlords on the way, so it was short-lived. Hydralisk Den is coming down, and he's getting +1/+1 now. Also getting Ling Speed. Ling Speed is pretty good versus Void Rays. Lings are good versus Void Rays in the same way they're good versus Phoenixes. There just isn't, unless you get massive amounts of Void Rays. With massive amounts of Phoenixes, it doesn't matter, but with massive amounts of Void Rays, because they can shoot down, it's a lot more effective against Mass Ling. So yeah, you know, good decision on desRow's part, but equally good decision on viOLet's part trying to figure out ways around it. Is going to get the +1 air weapons this time. Now, this is a big deal. Last time he didn't get air upgrades, but since he's going Void Rays now, he is going to be getting those air upgrades, and those air upgrades are going to make a huge difference. Prismatic Beams hit twice every second. So instead of doing 12 damage, this thing's going to be doing 14 damage per second. And once you get 10 of those, 140 damage a second is enough to, I think, kill a Roach in 1 second. I'm pretty sure they're only 135. Fourth base is up for viOLet now. He is even moving drones to mine it. A little weird. Wow. Okay. I haven't played... there was a while where I took a big break from StarCraft. But I do not remember this being a thing. Back from what I remember, you never droned up your fourth's minerals. You always droned up gas on the fourth and just left it, and then transferred from the main. So maybe that's different, or maybe he's actually just taking that risk and putting a lot more into drones. Like, that's 8 extra supply. That's 4... It's 4 Hydralisks? Yeah, 4 Hydralisks. And while they don't attack once or twice every second, they attack twice every, like, what, 1.5 seconds, 1.5 seconds? At 13 damage, that's a lot. That's a lot. They output more DPS than a Void Ray does, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 26 in a second and a half. No, Void Rays do just a teeny bit more. 28 to 26 every second and a half. And that's +1 upgrades on each. But still, like, that extra 26 damage times 4, that's still enough damage. That's over 90 damage that he would be losing out on by making those 8 drones, assuming it goes to a maxed out scenario, which, in this case, it really probably won't. A lot of Lings died there in that fight. He did not do a ton of damage, but he picked off a hell of a lot of the sentries. But here's the deciding factor. Psionic Storm coming down and Protoss Shields going up. So, we're going to see Void Ray Templar. And out of the Zerg, we're going to see Spire and a bunch of Hydralisk upgrades and, very important, Vipers. Because if he can hit good yanks on the Void Rays or on the Templars, he's going to be in really good shape. 4 Templars are out. There are a lot of Lings attacking this third base, but not a lot is going to get done. He did A-move them, so they are going to attack that cannon before they attack anything else. They are going to go for the Nexus, though, because he did cannon the Nexus. He also has a few Roaches here. Quite a lot more than I think he should have committed to this, honestly. But he did do a little bit of damage. Picked off a few workers? What the hell? Oh my god. Oh, I didn't even see it. There was another attack from the back entrance of the natural. viOLet actually moved in a bunch of Hydralisks. And these Hydralisks are not going to kill these Void Rays, but they are going to pick off one. And one Void Ray for the loss of that many Hydralisks is alright, but if he loses those Vipers are going to be in, you know, that's going to put him in really bad shape. He doesn't, though. He does end up letting those Vipers live. desRow does, and viOLet moves him away, graciously. Swarm Hosts are probably going to be used to siege the third? No, that's way too far. Oh, I guess it's just a, yeah, just a buffer stream of Locusts to make sure that he's got a safe pathway. Although those Locusts do not move far enough, honestly. He probably should have burrowed right here. Zealot does see them. Is going to fall to Zerglings, and these Locusts are going to start moving their way to the third. And that's weird. Oh, I think the Enduring Locusts upgrade was just a little bit off. And ended up only affecting some of the Locusts that spawn later in. Oh my god, good pulls on these Void Rays, but the Storms are way too good. Lings picking off all of the High Templar that didn't morph into Archons immediately. Oh, and extra Hydralisks coming in from the back to try and stop these Void Rays. And desRow actually just GG's. He did have his natural up. I don't know if this is a proper thing from desRow. Actually, I guess it kind of was. How much longer does this game go on? Oh. Kappa Nathanias. Well, that was a game. viOLet made some solid plays there, honestly. desRow changed it up a little, but he didn't do anything with it that made it worthwhile. The reason he got away with those Phoenixes is because he was very, very aggressive with them. And in the situation that I missed right here, let's go to you. In the situation I missed right here that led up to probably what brought down desRow, ultimately, were that these guys moved in just as desRow was moving out, and desRow didn't change it. desRow didn't change anything he was doing. So instead, he ends up with this. Oh, and he's got the Zealot blocking the way for the High Templar. No! So the High Templar just stopped trying to go there. He finally figures out what happened. He moves the Zealot. The High Templar come in and they hit some decent Storms. Not really great. Morph into Archons, but those Archons are going to die if viOLet actually picks them off. And that really, honestly, ended up being what killed desRow in this game. Like, desRow wasn't necessarily ahead, but he wasn't behind. If we go back to right as the fight started, actually, no, I'm wrong. He was really behind. 117 supply to 176. Unless this Roach Ling army did serious damage, desRow was just behind in macro. No, there was something that happened. Oh, it was this. This is what put desRow so far behind. Yeah, this was a nice engagement from viOLet. He got in behind, and desRow honestly could have made this a bad engagement for viOLet, but he didn't finish the force field wall in time. He didn't even force field wall like any of the Lings. He got 2 out of there. 3 at most. Nope, just 2. Not even 3. And it just ended up being his downfall. He lost so much supply and so many units there. Yeah, now all he has is a bunch of Void Rays and his Mothership Core. And so viOLet can just sit here, work down these rocks, and then counterattack at the third, and split his attack to the natural. Alright, well, I'd say good game from viOLet, and a really odd, poor showing from desRow. Oh well, nonetheless. Beautiful game. I'll talk to you guys later, hopefully with Bronx this time, maybe not, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Love you guys. See ya.